Last time on Abandoned Comfort,
We officially abandoned the boatyard.
once we launched, we untied the lines and spent 2 hours motoring out of a canal system with an average of 5 inches under our keel. Somehow we didn't bump bottom once and successfully exited the notorious manual lock.
Morning, guys. It was nice to get some rest last night and feeling a lot better this morning. Anchorage was great. So you guys can probably see behind me, not fully done with everything on the boat, but you don't need to be completely done with everything in order to leave. And right behind me, we got the solar panel charging everything up. And then we got the little solar chargers going as well, the BioLite ones. As you can see, this big panel behind us isn't mounted yet, but again, you don't need to have everything done in order to go. It's pulling in some good watts. We got about 58 watts going in right now into our generator. It's really nice to be out here and not on the hard anymore. So we're gonna enjoy this before the winds pick up tonight and tomorrow, I think. Probably getting some work done today.
Whatever it is, he's really excited. He's wagging his tail a lot. Oh, it's a dolphin. That's what it is. Here. He's getting like real close to Rudo.
It's a dolphin. It's a dolphin.
The tail's still going a little crazy though.
Look at how his hair is straight up though.
Yeah. Our first beer in a few months.
Yeah, I can't remember that part.
We said we wanted to have a beer to celebrate the deck being done. My allergies are really bad right now. And we got one beer left in the fridge, and that one's been in there for at least 4 months.
I don't even know.
It's like a chocolate porter though, so it's damn good. We're splitting that, celebrating our successful transit of the lock. Put it on the hinges today, and then cleaned up the aft deck. Another night at anchor. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks for the tea. Good morning, Mayru.
That's what he did.
You poop on deck again?
Yeah. Like a good boy.
2 days in a row? Oh my goodness. So give us an update. What are the plans here? We've been hanging out outside the lock here for a few days now.
Yeah. We're gonna stay here for another half a night, leave at 2 a.m., make our way through Charlotte Harbor, and we'll be out of the channel or out of the inlet by sunrise probably. So
A little bit before sunrise.
And be making our way down to Marco Island. It's about 16 hours for us to get there at an average of 5 knots.
Yeah, which is pretty accurate because honestly we don't like to run the engine anytime we're offshore.
Yeah.
Especially like in a big harbor like this too, like we're gonna sail the entire way if possible.
Yeah.
The only time that we might turn on the engine is if the inlet is a little tricky, like current and tide wise.
Yep.
And it's like too rolly, which this inlet was the last time we came in, but we were at the front of a tropical storm, so it was a little bit different. But we left St. Pete twice in the night, and St. Pete is way trickier than this place, I would say, because you have to deal with cargo ships that come in. So like when we left to come down here, we had to go through the Skyway Bridge. We were under sail, and there was probably, we saw 4 or 5 huge tankers just coming in. And at night, all you see is just a couple lights. Way trickier. Here, it's just skinny water. There should be virtually no boat traffic at 2 a.m. other than like maybe a few drunk power boaters, which we've had to deal with in this anchorage anyhow. We had to get a slip because we have a loose spreader, and we got to go aloft to get that fixed. And then we have the materials in our car, so we got to do like a shuffle. and then everything is done on the deck. The cockpit is all sealed up, the new teak's on it. Did my engine maintenance, and then we're done. It's our third day of this cold front. Gusting to 25, and this area has no protection at all. With the direction of the wind, all the other anchorages here, we'd be like dragging bottom the entire way. We just gotta deal with it and ride this front out here. It's a good place to do it too, because if we do drag, I mean, we're literally the only people here. No, there hasn't been anyone besides us. So we've just been doing anchor watches, and if we drag here, really can't think of a better place to drag and learn how to counteract that happening. We'll be leaving tonight at 2 a.m. It's just the way that the winds are gonna work out in our favor. And like I said, I mean, we really don't wanna do any sort of passages unless we have good wind. So we're gonna wait our windows out and we're gonna sail. That's what this boat's made for. It's an auxiliary engine, not a primary engine. Alright, I gotta be a little bit quiet because Kelsey's sleeping in the aft cabin all day tomorrow morning, early in the morning. 15 knots, all in the right direction. And again, 15 knots. Get a band of 20 out there. And that is at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. You can kind of hear the winds. This is pretty much where we are right now. 22, 20. So right around 3 a.m. See, it'll get down to 17. Looks like it's mainly just hitting this area. We need to get down here. Should be a nice beam reach tomorrow during the day. It's just us getting out of this anchorage and getting out of Charlotte Harbor by a decent time. So we're hoping to be offshore right around sunrise. So as soon as we exit the inlet here, and then just be on a beam reach all the way down to Marco. Drew's got his blanket. He looks very tired. And we just completed boat checks.
Yep. We are ready to go.
I don't know if you can see it.
There you go.
We got a beautiful full moon again.
It's about 1:15, and we are pretty ready to go.
It's 1:15 on the nose. That's a good guess.
Thank you.
And we are gonna ride that back edge of the cold front, right down to Marco Island.
We are bundled up like it is 20 degrees outside. It's about 50.
Yeah, you wearing a beanie?
I'm wearing Ryan's hat because mine got stolen in Montreal, so.
I'm wearing a beanie too. I've got like 5 layers on.
Got like socks, shoes, got long underwear. We are not meant for cold weather.
And with that, we pulled up anchor and made way to the Gulf for our 5th overnight offshore passage.
So what we just do?
We jived.
Made it out of an inlet.
Yeah.
With it gusting 15 to 20. Under the headsail only. We're making about 6.5.
First time doing that, but we nailed it.
Now it's at the helm.
Oh man, that felt great. And look at that sunrise. We've been under sail for about 95% of this trip, so we are happy.
Yep.
Now we got a tack coming up to head south, and we're pretty much gonna stay on that course for the rest of the day. Once the sun comes up, we'll experiment with the sails probably. Maybe see about pulling up the main, because I think we're gonna lose some wind here over the next couple hours. But right now, you're making 6.5 with just the headsail. There's no need to put anything else up in my book.
This time is all that we have before. The next is coming. This time is what are you waiting for? Don't you know time won't wait? I still believe in make believe. Don't let this end. Find a place in the water.
little bit slower now. Just tried to pull out the main because the wind has died down a little bit. It's not gusting up to 20 like it was earlier. And the halyard for the main is wrapped around the radar deflector. See the halyard right there? Thumbs up, and it got forward of the spreaders right around the radar deflector right there. So, want to hoist the main, no bueno. Not going up, I think.
Got one at 000.
Grab pots.
Yep.
Which way do I go?
Go down the port.
All right, like I was saying, I'm gonna throw a line from the forward part of the spreaders over top of the spreader. Then I'm gonna connect that line that's draped over the spreaders to the halyard. I'm gonna hoist the halyard all the way up, and then since the line is forward of the spreaders, it'll pull it forward, which is where the halyard needs to go because it wrapped itself around it. Now I'm on the opposite side of the spreaders. Then once I get that done, then all I have to do is just walk it around the shrouds and the spreaders. We should be good. See if this works as well in practicality as it does in theory. Sorry, this is the best angle that I can get. All right, step 2, attach halyard to a bowline. Done. Step 3, hoist halyard. Sorry for the wind. The external mic just died. Right here, got the halyard. And it's after the mast. So we were good to hoist the main.
So we are about 20 nautical miles out from Naples and the water is already gorgeous. I feel like I'm already in Bahamas.
The motoring blues. I think that's where the smoke's coming from. And that is Marco Island. We are almost there. Only an hour left.
Keeping pace with every pain over my head. The fight you'll never win, the battles that always seem to begin. But this time is timing. All that we have for the next is coming. I still believe in me.
Well, we are successfully moored.
Yeah, good timing. This boat moors like a dream. If we got a smaller boat, I'm pretty sure I would give up maneuverability because this thing, it's got 53 horsepower for 20,000 pounds of displacement. It's like really good for a sailboat, especially one that's 35 feet. Like I said, makes my job easy.